Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 9. We're standing here on the Blueprint Island and it is time for some more work around here. So today we're going to go through and try and finish out this this build made completely out of blueprints. So as I said last time, I found a bunch of blueprints, or 3 blueprints in this case, that I really quite liked, but they were very, very big. I mean, just take a look at these things. They are absolutely massive. They are way, way bigger than I needed them to be for this island. So today I've gone through and I found a couple of smaller blueprints, so we're going to place these guys down as well. They are smaller but still not the smallest things in the world. They did come from the blueprint trader, and I basically sorted it by price and then went really, really far down and tried to find something relatively small. Check this place out. This is pretty cool actually. Ah, nice. And it looks like it's unfurnished inside, which I like. I really do like it when people leave the decorations out so that somebody else coming along can have a quick look at their build and determine what they want to put in it rather than what the original creator wanted to go in there. So there you go. That's our little... It's supposed to be a small church, but I just like it as a nice little building. So we'll put a door on that and probably some kind of like one room, like bedroom, kitchen, everything all in one spot type build, I think, with that one. And then this guy over here, this is a simple pavilion. Now it is also a pretty small little build, but once again, it's one of these things that is just absolutely awesome. I hope the decorations on this one can be any color. Yes, they can. Beautiful. I wish I could actually see the photo again though, so I could show you guys what this is supposed to look like, because there's a lot of stuff in here. And yeah, I'm going to change the colors again. So as I've been doing with everything else, all of this stuff is going to have color changes going on. So this guy is supposed to be all brown, but of course I'm going to change that over to white and gray, as I've been doing this whole time. And I think this guy's also going to go white and gray. The roof tiles, I think, are the only things that are brown in this build, or are supposed to be brown. Yeah, so we've got moonstone and inkstone, and then we've got roofing of any type that we like. So we're going to go through and turn some of our grey stone, ash stone I think it's called, into roof tiles, and that will do for that little bit. Then we've got some, still got a little bit of space around here, not too much. There's a little bit of space over here. So once we've kind of got these two guys ready and waiting to go, I'm going to create 1, maybe 2 more blueprints that we're then going to use to fill out the area down here. And once we've done that, it's time to go through and actually sort out how you get around this place and where you spawn in. So I've got 3 airships here because I want 3 spawn points. So we're going to have this guy as 1 spawn point, and I'm going to rebuild this entire thing complete with stone steps and balustrades and everything. I'm going to rebuild it at a couple of other points. So maybe like one out over this way somewhere, and you kind of come in from this angle, and I don't know, maybe one out over the back here somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where the third one is going to go right now. But there is going to be a third one, maybe out over here actually. That would be pretty cool, because then we could kind of just arc off that way and then also arc down this way, and we've got a little pavilion here and everything. Yeah, that might be where it goes actually. We might build this out just a little bit and place that third one out over here. So there we go. Now we've actually got a bit of a plan. We've got stuff to do to go through and finish off today. So I have a lot of crafting ahead of me. I think we're going to try and do this little guy over here first. We'll start with the small church, then we'll move on to the pavilion. That guy's got a lot of stuff to craft up in there, so I kind of want to leave that one until after that. And then, like I said, we'll go on and do some of our own blueprints, which then you guys out there can go ahead and use, and show me the best way to use it, because I'm sure whatever I do here is not going to be the best way. So I am currently crafting up the roof tiles, and as you can see, we've got 82 roof tiles coming out, and it's going to take 40 minutes to get all these roof tiles done. Now 82 is not everything. It's supposed to have 100 in it, but of course I've already crafted up a few, and as you can see from my inventory, I have gone out and grabbed a whole bunch of other stuff so that I can keep crafting while this set of stone roofs is coming out. So I want to go through and do the stone windows for this guy. I also went out and grabbed some inkstone blocks so we can place those in there. And this place is actually coming along pretty well. So I need to get these stone windows made up. I have some sea sand, so we're going to do blue windows with, I think, just moonstone around the outside. I don't think I want to go too fancy with these. I think we'll just go the moonstone and the sea sand windows. That's probably going to be all that this build really needs. And then I also, like I said, brought out another furnishing lathe so that I can go through and do this guy over here. So what I'm thinking is that all of the stone pieces in this, or at least all of the stone pieces up to the roof in this, are going to be white with tinges of blue, and then the roof itself, so all of the stone eaves and stone roofing, are going to be blue. Because there's the actual roof on this thing is really, really awesome. So what I want to do is have the whole roof blue, and then have everything else around the bottom of it white. So there's a whole bunch of like columns and pillar sections and all that kind of stuff that's all going to be white with tinges of blue. If I have enough blue, hopefully I do. I may have to go through and see what I've got in my chest for more blue stuff. But we'll see how all of that goes. There's a couple of other things like chairs and tables and stuff that I don't think I'm going to put in. I'll probably leave those out for the moment, and we'll see where we go from there. Also, the earthstone blocks aren't going in because that makes up the floor down the bottom here, and I don't really want that in there. Well, actually, maybe I will. Maybe I'll throw the earthstone in, and then I can remove it and replace it with white. Yeah, see, there you go. This is exactly the reason that I should have done that in the first place, is these blocks up the top that have now been highlighted are also the earthstone. So now that I have placed that in, I know where they are, and I can remove them as soon as I've placed that thing down, and I can replace them with white. So perfect. Anyway, I'm going to go through and do a whole bunch more crafting. As you can see, this is going to take me a very, very long time. Even in like that amount of time that we've just been talking, only 2 of these guys has actually been done and dusted. So it's going to take me a little while to get through all of this crafting that needs to be done, but that's okay. We've got windows and other things we can work on, so we'll go ahead and do all of those. So here we go. I am still going through crafting up a whole bunch of stuff, but we've started on some of the windows, and we're still going with all of the roofing tiles. There's still, what, like 50 to go over there, but that's okay. We'll get there pretty soon, and as you can see, progress on this thing is actually progressing pretty quickly now. Because I guess we're almost done. We just need to finish off the stone roofing and the stone windows, and they'll be good to go. So that is not too bad at all. Now, I've also gone through and collected up some stuff for this guy over here. So if we come over here and have a quick look, I have collected these 2 things, the stone columns and the stone pillars. Stone column A, fancy, and yes, pillars and columns. They are indeed what I said they were. I was just forgetting. So here we go. Then we've got small tables and chairs. I don't really want those. I'm going to put my own in. There's supposed to be crates somewhere. I think the crates are like these guys in the side here, or maybe they're being used in the middle. I'm not really too sure exactly where the crates are. I might put them in, I might not. I do have some crates lying around doing nothing right now, so we'll see where we decide to go with that one. But this one, of course, also has stone roofing and stone eaves and stone steps. So there's a lot of stone stuff going into this build, which means there's going to be a lot more crafting to do, because of course stone eaves take a very long time to craft, especially when you're crafting 100 of them. They take a very long time to craft. And I am also now running out of crafting benches, or whatever these guys are. Yeah, furnishing lathes. Everything used to be called crafting benches, so I do sometimes just still call everything crafting benches. Although, because I'm doing stone stuff, no, okay, I can't actually create any of the stuff that I want in this guy, so we're just going to have to go through and wait for these 2 machines to be free so that we can go ahead and start crafting more of the stuff that I need for over there. I could also head home, because I think I still have some stuff in chests that we could potentially use in there. So maybe that's what I need to do. I'll go over here, write down some of the stuff that is around the place, and see what I have in terms of... not any of these, I'll just craft all of those, that's not a problem. But stuff like the jeweled lamp and the table and the chairs and things, we'll see what we've got of those and bring some of that stuff back. Because that way I'm not wasting crafting materials, and placing it down is better than not placing it down. Because that way at least I know where it's supposed to go, even if I don't actually put it there at the end of the day. So I think I'll do that. We'll go home, we'll grab a few of these bits and pieces, and then place those in. And hopefully you know, at some point, all of that crafting stuff over there will be done. We'll get this guy done and dusted, and we'll finish off this guy as well. And then, like I said before, be moving on and doing our own blueprint for this area. Okay, so here we go. I got what I could of the different bits and pieces I wanted for the pavilion, or at least the different bits and pieces the pavilion wanted that I don't really want to craft up for this guy. So we've got a couple of chairs, we've got some crates, and we've even got a barrel just like that. Now that, I think, is all I can do. I don't have bridge slats and I don't have a bucket, but I don't really want to craft those. Also, I don't have a small table, but as you can see from the middle here, that's where that table is supposed to go, so that's fine. We don't really care too much about the fact that that's going to go missing. Not really a problem. So now what we need to work on is getting all of those stone pieces created for it. Now we've got all of the stone windows done for this little guy over here, and we've got some more of the stone roofing done, but not all of that. So we need to go through, find out which of these things takes the shortest amount of time to craft up, and we'll start by crafting the shortest stuff first, and then we'll go on to the roof tiles later on. So let's take a quick look here. Now we had steps, 28 steps, 28 eaves, and 36 roofing tiles. So let's take a quick look over here, because I do have some stone of both colors in my inventory, so we can have a look at which one of these is going to be fastest to craft up. And like I said, we'll do that first, because at the moment, space on machines is a little bit at a premium. So let's go through here and have a quick look. As I said, so we've got these guys, which are 30 seconds, those guys, which are 30 seconds, and stairs, which are 5 seconds. Beautiful. So we're going to craft up our stairs first. Now, I think there was 28 of the stairs. So we're just going to push all of that into here, and we'll get that done in no time. Okay, so the stairs are done. I've already placed some of the stairs in over on the other side there. So now we're going to go through and do up the other bits and pieces that we needed. So we needed these guys as stone eaves, and we needed, I think, 28 of these as well. So we're just going to start with 28, because one of them is 28 and the other one is 30 something. So we'll start with 28, because at the very least, both of them are going to need 28. One of them is just going to need a couple more than that. So here we go. We can go over here and place these stairs in, and you can see I'm kind of filling out along the walls here, I guess you could say, with all of these stairs. So here we go. Bam, that's all of the stairs in, and yeah, 28 stone eaves and 36 roof tiles. Beautiful. Easy, easy, easy. And we are almost done on this guy. This guy may actually be quicker than the other one, just because of all of the crafting that it is taking to get this other guy ready. And we've only got one more stone roofing. Maybe I should check the lathe again, but I'm not too sure we're going to have too many more. Here we go. We've got 6 of them. Nice. Okay, so this guy is actually going to be finished first, because of course we do still need to go through and do the roofs for the other one, but you know, getting there slowly in this episode. And yeah, I think we'll next have a look at this once that guy at least is done and dusted, ready to be published. And well, yes, published. I think I'm going to use published as the word for releasing these or turning these into actual things. Anyway, let's actually have a look at this guy once it's finished. Time to finish off the small church. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and place in the final 13 here. Bam, just like that. And now we're going to hit complete. Yes, we do. Very nice. We're going to give this a high rating. I like it a lot. Okay, so here we go. Check it out. This place is not half bad. I like the roof. The really nice high peaked roof is pretty cool. Check it out inside too. Not bad at all. I really do like this one. Obviously because I bought it, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. So this has gone pretty well. I think these dark blocks I might have to replace with ash blocks, because they're not at the moment. They're inkwood block. Sorry, not inkwood, inkstone blocks, and they just don't quite fit exactly as I thought they would. So we're going to also throw in the final amount of stone eaves, and then we've got 36 stone roofing to do in the blue. So we're going to go over there again. And I think because now we've got both of our lathes free, we're going to do this in 2 different lots. So we're going to do a 18 and an 18. Yes, that's the right numbers. So I'm going to quickly do up 18 and 18 of these. And then I think I'm actually going to start on doing something else. We're going to start on the pathway, I think, at this point in time. So I have a visitor. I'll have to go and say hello to them in just half a second here. But anyway, we're going to quickly throw this stuff down, and then we'll have a look at the path. Building these tiles is really a lot faster when we have two machines working on it. So we've now got 30 out of the 36 done. Also, I think I've actually messed this up and have created too many tiles. So that's a little bit annoying, but that's okay. So here we go. Yeah, we have. I've created too many. I think I've created too many by one, possibly. I've also started working on the path. The only problem with the path right now is that I messed the path up, and the path does not line up with the middle line of this guy, so that's a bit of a pain. There's a couple of things I can do here, and as you can see, I've kind of like taken out some of this tree to put the path in. So there's a couple of things I can do. I can either just put a little like kink in the path down here, like when it transitions, we just kind of go 2 blocks this way and then straight up. Because that's all it is. It's literally 2 blocks over that I've missed by. So that's what I could do there, or I could move this entire platform here over by 2 blocks. I'm not really sure which one I want to do. The other actual possibility right now, I guess, would be to build the tree back out, and I really should have looked at this a little bit better before I did all this stuff, but I could potentially, maybe, build the tree back out, and I've got the boots of placing on, which is why that happened. I could potentially build this tree back out, and I'm not sure that it's going to look okay. But we could maybe build this tree back out and then move the path around the outside of the tree. It's not the greatest. It's really not the greatest. But it would mean that we could kind of get to here and potentially here, I think, go this way, out, and then up that way, just like this. There we go. That's a little bit better. So that, I think, is actually the way we're going to do this. We're going to go through kind of out and around the re-added piece of the tree that I was missing just before. So there you go. I think this is the way we're going to do this now, just because I think it's going to be better than anything else I can come up with here. And I really need to stop wearing these boots of placing. They are getting kind of annoying. It'd be nice if we had some form of off switch for them, because they look kind of cool and I like actually wearing them around the place, but they do get very, very annoying when I'm trying to walk around and do other things. So here we go. I'm going to throw these guys down, and this should finish up this pretty well. It's not going to go straight to 100% because I'm still missing some lamps and stuff, but we're now going to hit complete. Yes. Bam! And we're going to give this guy 5 stars because this is a really, really cool blueprint. I mean, check this out. Look at the roof on this thing. The roof on this thing is just majestic. It is so good, especially when viewed from like this level. It looks so awesome. I'm going to have another look at this in the daytime, of course, but for right now, just take a look at how cool this thing is. I'm going to go through and replace all of these stone blocks in the middle, and then we'll get back over onto the pathway. Okay, so here we go. I've done a little bit more work on the path. As you can see, this thing is going in pretty nicely. I like this kind of path style where you actually have your path and a border of some description, especially in cases like this where I can like hide the border a little bit going through places, because it doesn't really need to be there per se, but it just makes things look a little bit nicer and a little bit neater. We need to go through and add some steps to this section here, just so that it also kind of neatens up and works out, and kind of worked out the little like kink that was supposed to be thrown in here. That did get a little bit challenging, as you can see. Like I said, I kind of had to hide some of it in underneath the tree. In the light of day, the actual tree limb that I built doesn't look too bad. I really should have left the tree as it was, but you know, these things happen. So we're going to press on with the build. So like I said, the next thing is to get this path done. I don't think I'm going to get any blueprints done today because I'm going to be running out. Well, I am running out of building time. Now, here we go. Over here, we have a little pergola area, and I have updated this and changed it. So I changed the brownstone out of the floor and the brownstone out of the ceiling. So it's now the correct colors. I also took out the crates that were in the corners here and replace them with some stone pillar pieces, because while they worked well for the color scheme that this was originally set up to be, they didn't really work all that well for my color scheme. So I kind of figured we'd just we'd leave those out and we'd try something different. And you know what? I love this thing. It looks absolutely amazing. I need to work out who built this and give them huge props, because this thing is it's just awesome. It's really, really cool. And especially at such a small size too. It's one of those things that you don't usually see somebody be able to put this much awesome into such a small size. I'm definitely going to have to steal this roof idea. This roof idea works really, really well. So yeah, there we go. This is what's happening around here. I think we're going to do a little bit more work on the pathway stuff now, and then we're probably going to have to leave putting our own blueprints in until next episode. And there we go. As the sun rises over this island, we have most of this path done. Well, we have the path done all the way up until the central water fountain here. So I've got it all connected from the airships over the back there, all the way through into the central water fountain. Unfortunately, this took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, because I needed to get the exact circle for this outside area before filling in the actual pathway. And yeah, that making circles in voxel games always takes longer than you think it's going to take. So I'm actually now out of time. In the next episode, we're going to extend this pathway out to all of our different buildings and pergolas and churches and all of that kind of stuff. Everything that's around here, we're going to extend our pathways out to there. We're then going to add our airship platforms down and a couple of extra blueprints that I'm going to create at the start of the next episode. So we're going to do that at the very start of the next one. We're going to go through and build up something. I'm not sure quite what yet, but we're going to build up something to go over here and something else to go, I think, over the back corner here somewhere. Basically, we've got some places that don't have a lot of room at all, and I want to try and build a couple of little things into blueprints that can then be placed down in those spots. And then we'll add all of our pathways in. Like I said, we'll add our airship places in. And then this place will be pretty much done, and you guys can come over, have a bit of a stroll around, have a look at it. I guess I should also do a little bit of interior decorating too on some of these guys, because at the moment they are all just completely bare and empty. And while they look great from the outside, there is nothing to look at on the inside. So potentially that's something else we could do. I still have a couple of treasure keystones, so I can take a couple of those treasure keystones, open those up, get the one with the right color palette, and just start grabbing a whole bunch of different decorations that we can then use in all of these builds. Because there are a lot of houses around here, and yeah, none of them have anything in them at the moment, so definitely something that we should go ahead and fix up. But I'm really hoping that next week will be the last episode around here, and then we'll head back over to the Lumostone Display Island and get that all finished up before we head over into Alpha 10. So yeah, there you go. This place is progressing pretty well, I think. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.